Shabbat Shalom, everybody, and I want to wish you all a Hag Sameach. In 1 minute or so, we'll get started with our service. I'd like to welcome you all. Shabbat Shalom and Hag Sameach. I'm Rabbi Dennis Sasso, and with me, Rabbi Sandy Sasso, but we are not welcoming you from our home tonight. We are at the Herald Family Sukkah, and with Debbie and Brad and Ari and Levi, we will celebrate Shabbat in the midst of the festival of Sukkot. This season has many names in our tradition. One of the names of the holiday is Hag HaAsif, which means the festival of the gathering. And that, of course, refers to the harvest, to the first fruits. But it's also a time of gathering under our Sukkot, our temporary dwellings that are symbol of the fall season that we have just started this past week. Sukkot is also known in the tradition as Zman Simchatenu, the time of our rejoicing. And in ancient times, it was referred simply as the Hag, because it was the most joyous festival of the year. So we welcome you to our festival of Sukkot, but today is Shabbat, and Shabbat takes precedence over the festival. So we make some accommodations in the liturgy, we will sing some appropriate songs for the festival, and we will celebrate Shabbat. I'd like to welcome you to this beautiful family Sukkah, and in a few moments we will get started. But first, I call your attention to the website, bez613.org, where you can access Shabbat virtual resources, to our prayer book, and to the special song sheet for this evening. It is customary to come together always with song under the Sukkah. So I'm going to ask Debbie, who is serving as my cantor this evening, to lead us in the singing of Eile Hamda Libi, a song that expresses the joy of those things that warm our hearts. This is a medieval song that gives expression to the good feelings that bring us together. In your song sheet, you can sing from your places along with Debbie.
Eile Hamda Libi, Husana ve'al natitalem. Eile Hamda Libi, Husana ve'al natitalem. Eile Hamda Libi, Husana ve'al natitalem.
Thank you. Because it is festival, we do not do the preliminary portion of the Shabbat festival known as Kabbalat Shabbat. So we do away with many of the Psalms, but we do the blessings over the candles for Shabbat, and then we do the Kiddush and the Hamotzi as we traditionally do. So to begin, we will bless the Shabbat candles.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Blessed is the eternal God who grants us the joy and the privilege of blessing the Shabbat lights. And now we turn to the Kiddush. In the middle of the holiday, these days are known as Chol HaMoed, the middle days or the secular days of the festival. We sing the regular Shabbat Kiddush. And I've invited Ari to lead us in the Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher Kiddishana b'mitzvotav v'ratzaveanu. Shabbat kodsho ve'ahava uvratzon hinhilanu. Zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit. Kihu yom tehila lemikraye kodesh. Zecher l'tziyat mitzrayim. Kivanu v'harta. Latanu kidasha. Mikol ha'amim. Shabbat kodshecha. Ve'ahava uvratzon hinhaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai.
Baruch Shemo.
Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen.
Fine.
L'chaim. Thank you, Ari. And we have challahs. I hope that you have a challah with you, or raise anything that will give you joy to bless. And we're going to do a family blessing over the hamotzi. Going to be led by Levi, but we're all going to sing it together as one big happy family, one big hungry happy family, right?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Amen. And while we stay together, we invite you all to become part of the congregational family as we offer a blessing for this Shabbat. Yesimcha Elohim ke'Ephraim ve'chimenashe. May God bless you as God blessed Ephraim and Manasseh. Yesimech Elohim ke'Sarah Rivka Rachel ve'Leah. May God bless you as God blessed Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. And for all our children and our families. And Parker, the family dog, is joining us here. So for everybody, we say Yevarechecha Adonai ve'Yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. May God be gracious and show us kindness. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless us with a Shabbat of joys, with a life of health and peace. Amen.
Amen.
Shabbat shalom. And throw kisses, virtual hugs, and we are ready to enter Shabbat. As I said earlier, during the week of the festival, we do not sing the traditional psalms to welcome Shabbat, but we will take some of the songs from the season. And in your song sheets, you will find the words Hoshia et Amecha. These words are taken from the Hallel, the verses from the psalms that are recited during the festival. So we invite you to join with Debbie in singing Hoshia et Amecha. Bring joy and redemption to your people.
הושיע את עמך, ובחרי את נחלתך, מורם, 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 מורם ונעשמת העולם. מורם, 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 מורם ונעשמת העולם.
And also, Yismehu Hashamayim. Yismehu Hashamayim is part of the Psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat. And for a beautiful fall day like today, we look up to the skies and we say, the skies are laughing. The skies are rejoicing. Yismehu Hashamayim. Let the heavens rejoice.
ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. Yiram hayam, yiram hayam, yiram hayam, umlo. Yiram hayam, yiram hayam, yiram hayam, umlo.
Come together as a community and singing Hine Matov Umanaim, also from the book of Psalms. How good, how pleasant it is for all of us to come together in unity. And once again, we welcome this Shabbat Shari Lip-Levine, and we are delighted to see her on screen, looking and feeling so well. Everybody wave to Shari, and we join in singing Hine Matov, how good it is to be together.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
As we affirm the joy of unity and community, we affirm the unity of all that is in the words of the Shema. We say together, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Elokeinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vayeh. ואהבת את אדוני אלוקיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. In the last words of the Shema, we remember our redemption from bondage, and the Sukkot celebrates the journey from bondage to freedom, the 40 years in the desert, and then the resettlement in the land and the richness of the gifts of the land. So we now join in the words that Moses, Miriam, and the Israelites sang on their journey to freedom, Mi Chamocha.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osei fele. Malchutecha ravanecha boker yam lifnei Moshe, ze'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai imloch leolam va'ed.
נאמר, כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. At this moment, when we celebrate gifts, we express our value of the gifts of health and strength, and we turn to those in our congregation who are in need of healing. We will sing the words of the Mishe Beirach that is printed also on your access. We will sing the first verse, and then I will read the names of those whom we have been asked to remember in our prayers for healing tonight. We ask you to add any additional names in our chat or to keep others in your heart.
Mishe Beirach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Laimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
Keep in our hearts and offer wishes for a complete recovery to Jim Fleischer, Shirley Steinman, Ron Safran, Larry Baker, Levi Chisholm, Brian Donor, Angela Fry, Amy Maurer Martin, Lindsay Yagi, Jane Bashir, Marge Thomas, Aaron Greenwald, Shari Lip Levine, Terry Reed, Arav Tzvia Hana Batsara Verachmiel Yosef, Evan Brancasio, Connie Smuckler, Judy Himmelstein, Carol Auslander, Lorraine Greenberg, Spencer Tu, Sean Linderman, Mickey Ashworth, Deetra Mills, and Jerry Cosi.
מי שברך אמותינו מקור הברכה לאבותינו. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
And we wish the peace of Shabbat for everybody in the words of Veshamru, page 85.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
The peace of Shabbat invites us to a moment of silent prayer and reflection. You may offer the prayers that are in the traditional liturgy, beginning at page 91 through 106. And this is also a time to add reflections, the meditations that are in our own hearts.
Well, I was sitting outside on our patio this afternoon and enjoying the beautiful fall weather and thinking about the beauty of Sukkot, in which we celebrate the richness of our bounty, and we look up at the sky and we pay attention to nature. And what occurred to me were Mary Oliver, very famous poet, instructions for living a life. She said, pay attention, be astonished, and tell about it. And I can't think of better directions than that for Sukkot, to pay attention to the fragility and beauty of nature that surrounds us, to be astonished by it, and to go around telling about it so that we can care more deeply for our planet, which is in a fragile state. And I came across this really stunning poem that I wanted to share with you as part of our meditation by Mary Oliver. At the very end of the poem, it says, "I am of years lived so far, 74. So I want you to put your own age in there, not the age she chose. When we do that, I'll just pause for a minute so we can personalize this poem. It's entitled, "What Can I Say?" What can I say that I have not said before? So I'll say it again. The leaf has a song in it. Stone is the face of patience. Inside the river, there is an unfinishable story, and you are somewhere in it, and it will never end until all ends. Take your busy heart to the Art Museum and the Chamber of Commerce, but take it also to the forest. The song you heard singing in the life when you were a child is still singing. I am of years lived so far, and the leaf, the life, is singing still. May nature that surrounds us, may the lives that we have continue to sing with the beauty of our festival.
Amen.
Ose shalom bimramav, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Among the songs in your sheets that you can access virtually, there are the words Sisu et Yerushalayim, also from the Psalms. On Sukkot, as on Pesach and Shavuot, it was the custom of the ancient Israelites to go to Jerusalem and there to visit the temple and to camp out and celebrate the holiday. These were camping out holidays where people would gather and share picnics and tell stories and sing songs. One song that reminds us of that time is Sisu et Yerushalayim. Let us rejoice with Jerusalem and celebrate with her. Sisu et Yerushalayim.
Sisu et Yerushalayim giluva, giluva koloha vecha koloha vecha. Sisu et Yerushalayim giluva, giluva koloha vecha. Al cholmotayich ir David yifkadati shomrim, kol hayom vekol halayla. Al cholmotayich ir David yifkadati shomrim, kol hayom vekol halayla. Sisu et Yerushalayim giluva, giluva al kol havecha kol havecha. Sisu et Yerushalayim giluva, giluva kol havecha.
And as we remember Jerusalem, we offer prayers of remembrance for all who cannot celebrate with us on this Sukkot, but who remain in our hearts. I invite you to turn this moment into a moment of remembrance and ask Jackie or Tori to post the remembrance list. On this Shabbat of Sukkot, we extend condolences to Daniel Shukman and family on the death of his beloved wife, Sharon Ann Shukman. We honor the memories of those who have died as a result of the pandemic, and we remember all the anniversary of whose death occurred during this past week as we affirm the words of the Kaddish. If you are able to rise and you are reciting Kaddish for a loved one, please do so. If not, just join from your place. Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabba. Be'olma divra kirute ve'yamlich malchute v'chayeichon ve'yomeichon uv'chayei dechol Beit Israel ba'agala uvizman kariv ve'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabba mevarach le'alam u'le'olmei olmaya. Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitroman ve'yitnaseh ve'yithadar ve'yitale ve'yithalal shemei dekudsha berichu le'ela min kol birchata ve'shirata tushbechata ve'nechemata da amiran ve'alma ve'imru amen. Yehei shlamar rabba min shemaya ve'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Israel ve'imru amen. Ose shalom bimromav u'ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Israel ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen.
Amen.
May God, the source of peace, grant comfort to all who are bereaved, peace to the household of Israel, and to all humanity. And let us say, Amen. Well, there's a lot happening still at the synagogue because Sukkot is not yet over. I'd like to think of this evening as part of the Sukkah hop celebration that because of weather considerations we had to adjust during the past week. Many of you joined Cantor Melissa last night for her Sukkah hop visitation. Welcome to the Herald's Sukkah tonight. And then on Sunday, Rabbi Jenny would like to welcome you all to her Sukkah, Sunday, September 26th at 6:30 p.m. via Facebook Live. Tomorrow morning, Shabbat services will begin at 10 a.m. via live stream and will be preceded by Rabbi Jenny's Torah Talk via Facebook Live at 9 o'clock. So 9 o'clock, Torah Talk, 10 o'clock, services. And then we yet have to celebrate Simchat Torah and consecration of our first graders. So on Monday evening, September 27 and 6 p.m., via live stream from the sanctuary, the members of the consecration class, our first graders with their parents, will celebrate their consecration and Simchat Torah service. And then that next morning, we will have Shmini Atzeret, Simchat Torah, from the sanctuary with the Yizkor service, the memorial service at the end of the holiday. And that will be broadcast via live stream. We ask you to stay in touch with the many programs of the congregation, adult education, celebrations, and we are going to be beginning the Introduction to Judaism, which we are calling this year Rejuvenation. And that begins October 3rd at 10 o'clock on Sunday mornings. Pay attention to our cocktail Judaisms beginning October 3rd, I believe it is, with a conversation on reproductive rights after Texas. Many details, just connect with the synagogue, virtual resources, and there in our social media you will find out everything that is happening and which Jackie is bringing to our attention. So Jackie and to Tori, many, many thanks for connecting us tonight. To the Heralds, many, many thanks for hosting us, and to Sandy for her inspirational story and poem. How did we do, guys?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? Okay, one more thing. We're going to sing a closing song.
Oh, we didn't do Shabbat.
We're going to do Yevarechecha Adonai Mitzion. This is a song, again from the Psalms, that prays that we and our children and our children's children will be blessed with peace. And we give thanks to our representatives who approved the Iron Dome legislation and who have expressed in those, by that action, concern for the lives of Jews and Palestinians and Arabs and Christians and Muslims in the land of Israel. May peace abide as we sing Yevarechecha Adonai Mitzion. May God bless us from Jerusalem.
Yevarechecha Adonai mitzion, urei betu Yerushalayim. Yevarechecha Adonai mitzion, urei betu Yerushalayim. Urei banim levanecha, shalom al Yisrael. Urei banim levanecha, shalom al Yisrael. Urei banim levanecha, shalom al Yisrael. Urei banim levanecha, shalom al Yisrael.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. And Hag Sameach. Whenever I started singing, Sandy was pushing me in the back. She just wants to hear Debbie, and rightfully so. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Thanks for joining. Stay online, say hello, and greet everybody. Thank you. Jackie and Tori and everybody who connected us tonight.
Shabbat
Shabbat
shalom.
shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Shabbat
shalom.
shalom.
Thank you
Shabbat
everyone for having
shalom.
your
Great job,
Shalom.
Debbie. Great job.
Hag
Going
Sameach.
on. Hag Sameach.
Oh,
That was true.
Hello.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
See you
shalom.
soon.
Now I got my
That's the thing.
Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.
No, I don't have anything.
Okay.
Turkey.
That was David.
Shabbat shalom, everyone, and Hag Sameach.
Shabbat Shalom. Sameach.
Hag Sameach, y'all.
Yeah.
I think that's a wrap. We'll see you all in the morning.
thank you.
Shabbat shalom.
Beautiful
Shabbat.
job, Sasla.